Hits 1055. That was Africa by Toto. Good morning. Welcome to the morning show. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Friday morning. Habitat Chat with Habitat for Humanity and from Miami and Shelby County is brought to us by Lochard Incorporated. In the studio with me, I have Mo. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Tracy. I'm fabulous. You?
I'm good. I'm good. You guys have been really, really busy.
We have, and I am sure as you've talked to Scott, our listeners have heard about Project Playhouse by now, and so I kind of wanted to start today by thanking the most recent donors.
Yes.
Project Playhouse. We got 3 new sponsorships in the last week or so. So that was Dickman Supply, Crane Pumps, and Minster Bank. So thanks to those sponsors of Project Playhouse.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's great.
And just for any listeners who don't know what Project Playhouse is or haven't heard about, and they're built by our volunteers. So about $400 or $500 of that sponsorship money goes into just the materials. And then the other $1,500 or so goes into our home repairs program. So by sponsoring that Project Playhouse, you're actually touching multiple families and multiple organizations with your dollars.
Yeah, and that's great. And one thing that you do, you're a volunteer coordinator.
Yes.
And I am sure people are just wanting to know how they can volunteer. And you're getting a lot of volunteers. And now that you got 3 new people to thank for sponsors, it's just great. It just keeps on building every week, and I love to hear about it.
It really does. We got 8 new sponsors in the month of April. Or not 8 sponsors, I'm sorry, 8 new volunteers in the month of April. And we also partnered with Crisis Relief, which is a ministry out of Ludlow Falls, Ohio, so those are even more volunteers that are working with us and enabling us to do more of those home repairs. So what we need volunteers for is in the Habitat Activity Center to help build those playhouses. We like to call those volunteers our dedicated volunteers. They come in most Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to noon. These are people who are usually retired. They have maybe a little bit of confidence with some tools, and they learn how to put those playhouses together and then how to help other community group volunteers who come in sporadically build those playhouses. So we are looking for those dedicated volunteers, and they can reach me at 937-332-3763 to volunteer for me. We also need home repairs program volunteers, and those guys will be going out to home repair sites. They'll be doing things like building accessibility ramps, fixing kitchens, bathrooms, things like that, maybe installing light fixtures for homeowners. And again, that's me. My name's Maureen O'Keefe if you're looking at the website, and my number is 937-332-3763.
Well, and I just had this thought. So this would be a good opportunity too for a college bound as well. How would they get involved? Because this would be something good that if they need a community service to get a scholarship or whatever, is that a common thing, or is that just I've seen in the movies?
No, it is a common thing. We had 2 in the last month come, and those volunteers can either help in the Habitat Activity Center building the playhouses. They can also volunteer at the Restore, which starting now in May, the Restore is open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 6, and Saturday 10 to 4, which we were closed on Tuesday before. So our new hours include Tuesdays, and those volunteers would come in. They can help stock shelves, they can help customers load and unload items, they can do some cleaning, and it's a great opportunity for those, like you said, either high school students looking for volunteer hours or college students.
Yeah, exactly. I just think that would be so much fun, and you would learn so much.
You learn so much, and you meet so many really wonderful people. Our dedicated volunteers, both in the Restore and in the Habitat Activity Center, are such kind, loving, patient, helpful people, and they love to bring in new volunteers. So, yeah.
And when you're young like that, you learn a trade. Then you can, when you're a homeowner, you can learn how to take care of stuff just from there, volunteering.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's a win-win for everybody.
No kidding.
And so, is there any upcoming projects coming up?
Well, we are accepting applications for the home repair program right now. That's, again, in order to get that information, you'd call into the Habitat offices at 937-332-3763. I believe we have one home repair waiting, but we're definitely ready to line up some more. And today, actually, after I leave here, I'm going to be headed to Piqua to accept some grant funding. We will be surprised by the amount from the Miami County Foundation. So that's exciting.
Oh, nice.
And that will also go into that home repairs program. We just finished a fundraiser with Chevrolet of Troy last weekend. It was called Test Drive for a Cause.
Yeah.
Super fantastic turnout.
Good.
We had 27 test drivers. Each of those test drivers earned us $50, and so our total funds raised from Test Drive for a Cause was $1,350. So thank you to Chevrolet of Troy.
Yeah, that's so nice. Yeah, Scott was talking about that last week, and I was like, what an interesting way to, I like that idea of raising money. That was really cool. Very, very smart. I love that. And I'm glad.
Fun too.
Good.
Confession, ended up buying a car.
Did you really? Good for you. So it talked you into test driving, and then now you got a new car. All right.
But it was so much fun, and we are so thankful for everybody who turned out to test drive.
Yeah, because
It was great.
confession, I was on your Facebook. I was doing my news feed. I saw you had a car for sale. It's like, oh, look at that car. That's a cool car. So well, good for you. That's awesome. And I love that convinced you. I've done commercials here that's convinced myself, okay, I'm going to that place now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then, we have a new partner family that we just signed. I am not going to make an announcement on who that partner family is yet, because that will be coming very, very soon. So you can watch our social media for that big story about a new partner family. But who they are, that's the family that we'll be building the home for. So that home build for this year, that's our huge project, will begin probably this summer.
Awesome.
In Piqua, so very
Okay.
exciting.
Yes. And there's all sorts of good things upcoming, and I love it. You can follow them on Facebook, and every day it just makes you smile, and you got to love it too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And again, if anybody's listening and they'd love to volunteer, how do they?
Me a call.
Yes.
So you can call me. My name is Maureen O'Keefe. You can call me Mo, and my number is 937-332-3763.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Maureen. It's wonderful to talk to you, and I love all the good things that are happening with Habitat for Humanity.
Yes, we do too. We also have the Restore,
Yes.
and we accept donations all the time. We even have the box truck that can come to Miami and Shelby counties. It needs to be scheduled, but we can pick your donations up from your garage or your porch. And in order to schedule that pickup, you would call 937-703-9683.
I need to write that down because I have stuff. I keep saying every week I have stuff I need to donate. And the Restore, that's interesting because a lot of people don't know that's open to the public. I had a conversation last night, and they wanted to put some lights in, or get some supplies, kitchen supplies, and I'm like, you can go to the Restore. What do you mean? Is that you can't do that? I'm like, it's open to the public. Oh, you don't have to have like a membership or anything?
Oh, we've been trying to do so much education about that, because that is a misconception about the Restore. Everyone is welcome. There's no requirement at all, and we carry all kinds of home goods. So like you said, there's the lighting section, which is fantastic, and it was set up by volunteers and wired by volunteers. All of our electrical appliances and lighting are tested first before they're put out on the floor, so you can be sure that they work, they're in good condition. And then we've got the traditional stuff. We've got furniture, we've got home goods, we've even got little fixtures. We have this one volunteer who does a fantastic job of separating out things that match. So she'll get like cabinet doors and things, and she's got them labeled to how many inches are in between the screws. So if you have cabinets that are existing with holes, you can find the right handles and fixtures to go on your existing cabinets. And she packages them in like sets of 3 or 6. So
Oh, that is a very good opportunity. Like, if you have a little expertise in anything, like upholstery or something like that, organizing things, and
yes,
that would be a lot of fun.
Our volunteers find their little niche that they like to do. They do it well. It's a super organized store because of those volunteers. They're awesome.
Yeah, I love that. That organization makes me happy. Even though I'm not
I was
organized.
just
And
gonna say it makes me happy because I'm not that way.
Yeah, I'm not either. But I love to see it. I'm like, oh, that's so organized.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And again, Habitat for Humanity of Miami, Shelby County, they've got a lot going on and we love it. They just keep growing. And go to the Restore. I'm going down there in a couple of Fridays. I get it. We're all going to go down there, and then I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. That was Maureen O'Keefe from Habitat for Humanity of Miami and Shelby County, and Habitat Chat is brought to us by Lochard Incorporated. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we're going to take a short break and look at our local weather. It's Hits 105.5.